Hello from Road Racing CF League Project Cars Fridays. It's round 4, which means we are at Road America for a 15-minute qualifying session, a 5-minute warm-up, and then 21 laps of the Road America circuit. It's a track that I have raced on before, but it's a few years ago. Now I've got Ray with me in the commentary box. Ray, is this a circuit that you've raced on much?
No, I haven't raced on it much, no.
Well, that means neither of us are going to have any idea about this particular track. There's going to be a good commentary on this one. So actually, I may see if I can find a track map, and we'll see if we've got any corner names or anything like that. Now we're going to wait a few minutes while the drivers get themselves ready. I'm going to click ready on mine so they know that the live stream is up. Okay, so Road America circuit. It's quite a long track, this one, really, to be honest, and there is quite a few names of the corners, but if commentary from PCF is PCS last week is anything to go by, you can pretty much guarantee I'm going to be getting it all wrong. Now let's see the circuit. We've got any information on the screen of how long the circuit is? No, not at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. Okay, so I will go through the drivers' standings for the PCF in a few moments' time, but not just yet. We don't have to rush with that one, do we, Ray?
Sorry, yeah.
See, Ray's definitely not rushing on that one. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh dearie me, I'm not completely with it this evening, I must admit. Now, for anyone that does watch the live stream, I myself won't be able to respond to any of the messages that people may send, as I will be turning my internet off on my PC. Just to try and help with the live stream quality, because I've noticed if I leave my my PC on, it does tend to drain the internet, which isn't always overly brilliant. So while we're waiting then for any of the other drivers to come in, what should we talk about, Ray?
I don't know, I tried to put the tablet on, and then all the wee triangles at the side went all red, so I was like, I'll put it back off, and it came back up green except for yours.
Oh, you see, because mine, obviously my computer is still on at the moment. We will be going off in a second, and hopefully the so I can disconnect my internet now. Hopefully the green lights will, or triangles will improve. I'm just trying to find the track map picture that I've just taken. There we go. Oh, they've got some interesting corner names here, you know, Ray. Okay, turn 1 hasn't got a corner, turn 2 isn't really a corner, then there's turn 3, then there's a turn 3A, which isn't really a corner, but that's called Moraine Sweep. Turn 4, not really a corner. Turn 5 is a corner. We'll see cars going off there. And 6. And then the next corner is called Hurry Downs. Yeah, next corner is called Hurry Downs. And then we've got a carousel, kink, and then one you're going to like, Kettle Bottoms. Kettle Bottoms as the name of a corner. Then we're into Canada corner. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through my friends list. We have had a couple of drivers let us know that they can't make it this evening, and it looks like a couple of others have not come to join us. GT5 King's the one that wasn't online when I was sending the invites out, and he still isn't, but he has received an invite. Who else was there? Smithers, Jamie James, and Jason may join. He's on Brotherhood at the moment. Okay, looks like the drivers are they're ready to go. They're heading off to the circuit. So it'll be 85 miles of the Road America track, and it's one that I think could be very, very interesting. I think everybody kind of expects Kev to just go and run away with the race here, which wouldn't be overly surprising. But having said that, he did crash out of last week's race.
Yeah. What's the wheel? It was the rear wheel, wasn't it?
It was the rear wheel, and I tell you what, it looks like we've lost a couple of people as they have come through to the session. Who's missing there? Richie Davey. Hopefully they'll be able to, he's come back in. Now they should be in a chat party, so they'll be able to talk to each other and get each other back into the party, into the lobby. Okay, so 15 minutes of qualifying then at the Road America, so we'll let them get on with that for the moment. I'll quickly go through the current championship standings. Kev 187 on 41 points, Grable 79 is on 40 points, Dave the Harp on 38 points, and he's been winning races recently. Neotic Jr. is on 37 points, Duo Finn is on 36 points, GT5 King on 30 points, Woolhouse on 27 points, both of those not racing this evening. Jason on 13 points, he too not racing this evening. Then we've got Mulrine on 13, My Bad on 11. Then we've got Jammy James, Bartman, Richie Davey, all on 0. Okay, so there's the standings. So we'll just have to wait now and see what we're going to find. Do you reckon Dave's going to go and win another one, Ray?
If the luck is on his side, yeah.
Well, anything is possible.
And I've just watched going round the track. I have raced here a few times. Quite, it's nice, but it catches you out.
You're right there. It is quite a fast-flowing circuit, but it's very, very easy to end up off the track. And this is a circuit where off track you've either got a lot of curb, as Dave the Harp's finding out there, a little bit of grass, or you got sand that's going to suck you off. I can't believe you didn't make any comment there, Ray. I can't believe you kept quiet and didn't say a word.
I muted the mic and started giggling that baby.
You should have just left it open. Now I have a bit of a problem. I think my e-cig has broken. It's not working, and that is not good. That's really not good. I wonder why that might be. Okay, anyway, on to the track action then. We are following Dave the Harp at the moment, mainly because, quite simply, he has been hitting a real streak of form in the Project Cars Leagues. Perhaps surprising a few people. I think he won... Yeah, he won the Formula B race last week, and he won the Ginetta Juniors race last week. Yeah, so he's really hit a streak of form, which means he's either going to do well here, or he's going to crash out. so he's going to be one to watch.
Commentator's curse there.
Oh yeah. Now Duo Finn, who did race in the first couple of rounds, did let us know he wouldn't be able to race for a couple while he was dog sitting. Oh, we got a car gone off behind David Hart. Couldn't tell who that was. Yeah, Duo Finn, he did let us know he wouldn't be able to race for a couple because he's dog sitting. And this is one of the races where he's not available, which is a shame because he really was taking the fight to Kev in those early few rounds. He looked like the guy that could have the pace to beat Kev, which I think sort of tempted Kev into getting a little bit more practice in these Formula Bs. But Duo Finn may not be available for many of the remaining races. He lives in Finland, I believe it is, and it's coming into hockey season. So yeah, he may not be able to compete in many of the races. So it looks like it could be down to Dave the Harp to try and challenge Kev in the Formula Bs at the moment. But if Duo Fin isn't available, it does mean that we have got a space, possibly 2 spaces available in the PCF League. Okay, Dave the Harp then, about to cross the line. A current pole time of a 150.6. It was Bartman that went off behind him, having done a 156.
It was Mulrain, and then he went to the pits.
All right, okay, so same colour car, different driver. Now, Bartman, actually, he probably has got the pace to challenge Kev as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. My Bad about to cross the line. Doesn't like these cars. We may see evidence of that. Richie Davey. He's had an eventful first few races in the Formula Bs, so we'll have to keep an eye out on how he does. Now, he's appears to have picked the car with the same colours each race as he goes off. He's off! A little bit like he did last week as well. And he's got a cone stuck on the rear wing of his car. That's not going to help his aerodynamics very much. It may give some extra downforce. It could funnel the air out the back of the car. Now that's an interesting one. He probably doesn't even know he's got a cone stuck there, but he has. He's currently gone 4th with the 216, but we did see him have an off. I want to see if that cone is going to ride on board for the whole of the lap, although it actually looks more like it's riding behind him at the moment. Oh no, it's back on board. Can't you? It's, well, on my view, it's definitely there, and I think he can hear it because I've just seen it wiggling. He's probably trying to get rid of it. Now, I was going to say that he's picked the same colour car each week, and I think it's to do with Walsall FC's kit colours. And I've just heard someone hit a barrier.
Mulrain.
So Mulrain off again, and he's back to the pits. Now, Neotig Jr. He's had an interesting first 3 races. Not had the best of luck in some of them, so could do with getting a decent finish here if he could. Would make all the difference to his events.
I think Kev's got a problem with his setup. He's coming out, but he's not setting the time. He's jumping back in.
Now Kev did mention to us that he was having a few issues with one of the tyre compounds, didn't he? So maybe he's just trying to work out whether he can fix that before we get into the race. It could mean that we see him not put a lap time in until later on in the session. Apparently it's saying that I am out on track at the moment, which I really am not. Okay. Going to see if Dave the Harp has improved his time. Dave the Harp has improved. No, he hasn't improved his time, but I think he's off track at the moment by the Speedville Bridge. My Bad is in the pits with a 155.1. He's just been knocked down to 3rd by Richie Davey, who's gone to do a 154.956. And I haven't got a clue what that camera was trying to show us, but Richie's now back into the pits. So on board with Grable then, or not on board, but watching Grable. He's finished 2nd in both of the races he's taken part on in the Formula Bs. Do you reckon he's going to finish 2nd again?
As long as his pit stops go okay, then yeah, he could do it.
Well, hopefully so. The pit stops is something that quite a few of the drivers have struggled with. Hopefully Bartman is going to be able to get a decent lap in here. Currently on a 156.126. I need to see if I can get my e-cig to work, otherwise I'm going to be a very stressful little bunny. It's annoying that I've got 2 different batteries, but both have got charge in them, but it just doesn't seem to be working. Oh dear. So Bartman then, I believe, heading and get this track map up and see if we can work out whereabouts he is on the circuit. I want to find out which part of the track is the... Oh, I've heard a crash. Did you manage to spot that one, Ray?
I thought it was just Batman hitting the tyre bomb.
It could well have been. I wasn't looking at the screen at the time. Okay, the Kettle Bottom, or Kettle Bottoms, it is... Let's have a look at the track map. Okay, so Kettle Bottoms is on the track map where T2 is. So where Grable is now, this is Kettle Bottoms. So the couple of kinks in the corners, and then into Canada corner, and then turn 13, 13A, and the final corner, which appears to have no name on the track map I'm looking at. But there we go. So, we're at the track map. Have a look at the timing screen. So Dave the Harp has done 4 laps in this qualifying session so far. Still on a 150 at the moment. Neotig's got himself up to second place with a 152.8. Richie Davey. Oh no, Grable's just stolen second place with a 151.0. Can Neotig improve on it? He's heading up to the start-finish line now. Is he on a faster lap? I'd guess not, because that almost looks like the camera view it shows when he's gone to the pits. No, he is heading down the start-finish still, but he hasn't improved on his lap time. Oh, Dave.
He's struggling as well.
He could well be. Dave the Harp's got himself down into the 149s. Set a lap time yet. So with 4 minutes to go, I would say the pressure's on, but I suppose with there only being sort of 9 drivers, it won't be too much of a problem, really. So do you reckon Kev's going to get out and get a lap in?
Well, he's out. I don't. He should be able to get a lap in. Let's see where he is.
Well, Mull Ryan has managed to get a lap time in, but it's only a 2:05. Kev is out on track. Now we have only got, annoyingly, only 8 drivers taking part this evening. That's because 6 have not been able to make it. Joe Finn, as I mentioned, unavailable this evening. GT McCool, as we were calling him, so GT5 King, not online, hasn't let us know he can't make it. Smithers, another one that's not let us know. Jamie James, he did let us know. Woolhouse let us know. And Jason, I suppose he wasn't really down for the Friday's races anyway, but yeah, he's not in either. I did tell Kev that there was a couple of guys that he could invite in, as long as they've got the time. Okay, so 2 minutes 45 left of the session. And what's the most annoying thing about qualifying, Raymond?
I don't know.
You don't know? Is it you're on your last flying lap, but the timer gets to 0, and then you can't finish your lap?
Yep.
I haven't been taking part in racing in the Project Cars leagues, but I do know that, well, obviously when I have been driving, it is horrible being in that situation where you're on a decent lap and yeah, there's not a lot you can do.
Especially when you get to the third sector and it just goes.
Is that the noise it makes, is it?
That doesn't make that noise, but
is that the noise you pretend it makes?
yeah.
Okay. So what's the noise when you crash? Actually, we need Jeff for that one, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh. We'll have to start calling him, I don't know. What is it? One of the names for Alsatians is German Shepherd. We can call him the German Wolf. Or well, yeah, we'll leave it as a German Wolf. I was going to say something else, but wait, German Wolf. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, you see, in my younger days of being a bit of a boy racer and a bit of a car cruiser, we used to go to car meets, and there'd be people stood at the side of the road, like be a roundabout. There'd be people doing drifting and around the roundabouts and doing a bit of racing and stuff, all illegal, obviously. But every now and again, something would get a bit close to a little bit of a crash, and you'd have about 50 to 100 people all going, oh, 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 and there'd always be someone going, there's a load of monkeys down here. Now, obviously, they don't mean anything racist by that. It's just the noise that people make when it looks like someone's about to crash. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They make a monkey noise. And the thing is, no, I mean, me and my mates, we'd never really cottoned on to that before. But as soon as we heard that, it was like, oh my god, yeah, we do. We all just sound like we're at the zoo, in the cages, making monkey noises. But anyway, Kev's about to cross the line. No, he's not. No, he's not. He was about to cross the line, but he's opted not to not to complete that lap. No, actually, he did complete the lap. It popped the time up afterwards, yeah. 1:47. Now, on last week's video, I did mention that I didn't know if there was any like different tyre compounds the drivers could use. Turns out there is. I believe there is sort of options and mediums, which are dictated by the tyre markings, but it's not the tyre markings on the outside of the tyre. Apparently, they stay the same. It's the tyre markings on the inside of the tyre that we would have to keep an eye on, but obviously on the broadcast views it's not going to be easy to see that. So while we're here, actually, let's have a look. Go into the tuning setup. We've got tyre compounds, we've got Ferretti intermediates, Ferretti reins, Ferretti slick softs and the Euro slick mediums. Now I have been told something about the tyres, but we won't talk about that.
What's that?
Well, apparently one lot of the tyres is faster than another. Now, as we try and get on board with, we'll show here with Mulrine, the inside of the tyres on the fronts are white markings. See if we can go and find someone that is on a yellow set of tyres. Okay, that's a little confusing. There we go. Go on board with myself. I'm on the yellow marked tyres. So yeah, the inside tyre... Oh no, it does show it on the outside as well. Kev and Dave were wrong about that one. It does show a difference from the outside of the tyre to the inside of the tyre as well. So we've got white marked tyres, yellow marked tyres. And I would guess the Ferretti, the yellow marked tyres are the soft ones because they were the Ferretti. Why is it not letting me have a better view than that? But anyway, right, let's go and see what we've got on track. Neotig. We're into obviously the 5-minute warm-up session, but this warm-up session is more... This is here for the drivers to try and make sure that they've got their pit strategies sorted out and all that kind of thing. Now, there isn't a rule imposed saying that the drivers have to use a different tyre compounds throughout the race. They're free to use whatever tyres they like at the moment. They could use the wets if they wanted, but probably wouldn't be very quick. But what do you reckon you would go for, Ray? The softer tyre, which might not last as long but would be quicker, or the harder tyre, which will last longer but not be as quick?
I'd go for the softer one and hope to make a gap so I could pit.
I think I would probably have to agree with you on that one.
They're not going to last and you know you're going to have to pit anyway, so just hammer it down and hopefully get halfway before we go off. And if they go off before halfway, well, they're screwed.
That is true. I mean, I would probably go with the softer tyre and see how long they'll last. If they can last to nearly halfway through the race, you could probably take the harder tyre to the end. But we'll have to wait and see. Now we are aware of the different tyre compounds. We shall have to keep an eye on what the different drivers are using. Now, I apologise if I'm a little bit quiet. I am still trying to get my e-cig to work. It's bloody typical as well. I've had the car here for a couple of weeks, so I've been able to go, okay, no worries, we'll get to the end of this race and I can nip out to the shop. But I haven't got the car today, so nipping out to the shop may not be an option. I think I'll be might have to phone someone for a lift. But anyway,
Steve?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Richie baby, straight into the wall.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh he is, that's wheel gone, wing gone, but at least the cone's gone as well. Hopefully his pit crew would have got rid of that after the qualifying session anyway. But this is a circuit, and these cars are types of cars that we could end up seeing cars in the barrier all over the place.
Nobody's gone on the yellows and the warm-up. They're all on the white.
You're right there, they are. Maybe they, well, no. We were informed that one of the sets of tyres is faster than the other, so maybe the drivers know perhaps that one of the tyres is quicker, or perhaps they want to try the harder tyre out to see what the grip's like, to see how long they may be able to go on those particular tyres.
Or they've got the F1 rules still in the head of the league, where you've rules where you've got to use both compounds, so nobody's clicked on that you don't have to use.
That is a possibility. That really is a possibility, but we shall wait and see. Anyway, we've got 20 seconds to go until we get onto the grid. So I'm going to have one mad little dash of trying to get my e-cig to work. And it's just not working. Okay, interesting view. Excuse me, Ray, what did you say then? Okay, we're on the grid. We'll get ready for the lights to go green. They're about to do that, so Road America is underway. We'll retire to the pit box and we shall spectate Dave the Harp's leading. So Kev 187's had a bit of a shocker of a start. He's actually potentially going to go down to third place if he's not careful. He's off, he's wide. He's going to have to be careful coming back onto track there as it gets bunched up. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And Dave the Harp runs away in the lead. That's good for him. Well. Oh, we've got a car off in the background. I think that was Bartman. But Grable looking to attack fourth and third as they get close together, wheel to wheel like Senna and Mansell from donkeys years ago. All getting very close in this opening lap, but one thing that none of the drivers are going to want to do is lose their wing. And as you said, contact. I think that was between Neo Tig maybe.
And my bad.
Okay, so Neo Tig and my bad, yep, it was, and they're still battling away as a car comes around the corner much faster. I think that may have been my bad. Yeah, he came around the corner with a lot more speed there than Mulrine. But just as I was about to say, none of the drivers are going to want to get damage in the first couple of laps, and they're really not going to want to. I'm just wondering where Richie Davey is. I think we've lost Richie Davey already. Oh dear. Okay, so Dave the Harp out in the lead then.
My bad lost a wheel.
Oh no, he has. Oh, that's race over for my bad. If he's lost a rear wheel, he's not getting that back to the pits. Oh dear. And Mulrine's just lost a place as well. I was saying no one's going to want to be getting any damage here, but they have got damage. Dave the Harp heading up to the start-finish line to complete the first lap in the lead, ahead of Kev 187, who I don't think is going to be too far behind. Giving a very interesting camera view here of not a lot really. It should be showing me Dave the Harp, but instead it's showing me somebody else. Oh no, it is Dave the Harp, so Kev is closing in on Dave the Harp then. I don't think it'll take too long for Kev to catch him up. Grable into third place, he's spinning, he's off. Can he keep it away from the barrier? He can just about. But that's going to allow Bartman through and the car ahead, which I think may have been Mulrine. Oh, that was close, but no, it was Neotig. Yeah, manages to get through. So Grable down to fifth place then, and Mulrine in sixth. And my bad, I think his race is over, and we have lost Richie Davies. So we lost two drivers on the opening lap of the race. Come on guys, you can drive better than that. So Kev in second then. He's closing up to Dave, but he hasn't got a rush to do it. Neotig in third place. He'll be fairly happy with third place at the moment, but if the guys are going to start losing wheels on the first lap, then they are quite simply going to just gift everybody else a ton of points, and you don't really want to be doing that in the early stages of a race?
Nope.
Nope.
Not at all.
Now, riding on board with Bartman at the moment, and he looks like he's being closed in by, is it Grable? It is Grable, so Grable's just behind him, closing up. Oh, he has, he's into the gravel. You don't want to be over there, my friend. It's the last place you want to be. But that's allowed Mulrine, he can see him now. So that gives Mulrine someone to try and attack. Oh, Dave, he has his ram wide. That's going to give Kev every opportunity into a tricky right-hand corner. Now, Dave's going to want to fight it, but at the same time, he's not going to want to cause himself any damage here whatsoever.
He's got the inside line. Okay, slow down for the switchover.
Oh, now Richie Davies just said that the driver in front of him never started, so Richie hit the back of him and it killed his car. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, 2-3 laps into the race then, and Dave the Harp still holding on to the lead. Now, if the quality is poor on the live stream, I do apologise about that. It is set to a decent level and there's nothing else on the internet. You may have the option, depending on what device you are watching on, to increase the level of quality that you are watching on.
I think I've just seen very strong because it went down the inside and then braked to let Dave the Harp hit the corner.
Well, I suppose for Kev, he's in a situation where he doesn't really have to rush to get past Dave the Harp, unless he has the unfortunate problem of having a crash and ending up with his car missing a wheel. So he doesn't need to rush to get past Dave, but the sooner we can get past him, the better, I would say. He is right behind him, and perhaps Dave's just got a decent amount of speed here. It does look like Dave's pushing hard. He's all over the curb. He's off. He's into the barrier. And that gives Kev the lead. I think that'll be damage for Dave the Harp, is it? Oh, physically, it doesn't look like much. I think he may have got away with that. Well, we say he may have got away with it, but he may actually have damage, just not visible to our eyes. We have to see if his car starts twitching all over the road. Well, they've gone and got right spread out now. Come on, guys, meant to be giving us some action to watch, not just spinning off and hitting the barriers. I did say that Kev wouldn't have to rush to get ahead, and he didn't. He just applied enough pressure that Dave the Harp pushed too hard, gets out on the curb, and ends up losing it towards the wall. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, what do you reckon is going to happen from here now, Ray?
Hopefully the guys at the back bunch up a bit.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
It depends for the pit stops as well. Well, who's on the yellow tyres and who's on white?
Well, it's a good question. Let's have a look. Kev 187, he's on the white mark tyre, which is the medium. Dave the Harp. Oh, he has. Kev's off. He's off. That's going to give Dave the Harp the lead. Well, okay, these camera views are not very good, I have to admit. I click on Dave the Harp and it shows me and you in the pit lane. So yeah, Dave the Harp then back into the lead after Kev making a mistake, something he doesn't usually do, but Dave's all over that curb again. Oh, he's taking chances over there. Maybe these two just need a bit of a power penalty so that the rest of the field can catch them up. Neotig's not that far behind, and if the front two have a couple more moments, he'll be right with them. Bartman, I'm surprised he's not a little bit quicker at the moment, but he can still see the car ahead. Grable, not that far. I mean, the gaps are fairly spread out at the moment, other than Kev and Dave the Harp. So, Do you reckon Kev's going to go for it as quick as possible, or is he going to pace himself once again?
I think he'll pace himself once again. Doesn't want to do anything too silly.
That is very, very true. He really won't want to do anything too silly. And this long right-hander that they're going around now, it is very easy to get that corner wrong. Oh, Dave's on the curbs. He's taking lots of chances on these curbs, and these cars, they do not like curbs. I do know that these two have done a few practice sessions together on occasion, so Dave will know where Kev's quick, and Kev will know where Dave might struggle. It looks like he's going for it. Pulls up alongside. Go on, Ray. See if you can explain it as it changes the camera view again and shows me and you in the pit lane. What a useless bloody camera system, sorry. I mean, what kind of crap is that? You're on board with a car that's going for an overtake down the start-finish, and then all of a sudden it shows me and you in the pit lane. Well, what the bloody hell is that? Anyway, I think Neo's just had a bit of a moment behind, but yeah, Kev now into the lead.
I wonder if he'll try and push and make another mistake, or if he's going to just take it easy. He knows where he's pretty much faster at that long, oh, there's a half on the curb there, that long right-hander. Kev seems to be stronger than that.
Maybe he's got a better balance of aeros and throttle control around that corner. And Dave's not going to want to let Kev pull away too much. I'm trying to send a message while we watch the footage here. So Kev is now pulling away. Now he's been released unless he makes a mistake. No one's going to see him again. So come on, Dave, start talking to him. Put him off, mate. He doesn't like it if you chat to him. It does distract him. So start asking him loads of questions and he may have a crash. So Neo in third. Grable in fourth, Bartman still in fifth, Mulrine in sixth. I think Mulrine, you said it in qualifying, you think Mulrine's struggling, and I think he is still struggling. It's a shame that we have lost Mybad and Richie Davey. Oh, Bartman's off into the barrier. I think he's got some damage. His car's steering all on its own. He's got damage. That's either going to be the end of his race, or he's going to be heading to the pit lane as soon as possible. That car is definitely not steering correctly. There we go, big sideways moment. He needs to get that into the pits. Do you think they'll be able to repair that in the pits, Ray?
It depends what it is. It's suspension.
It looks like it could be suspension. He is now into the pit lane. He was lucky not to have much more damage on the car. Kev 187, he's lost a wheel. He's lost a wheel. Dave must have. It is. Dave must have heard me when I was saying put him off. Put him off. He's down to fourth place. The commentator's curse works.
Full lap to go near enough.
He has. He's got a long, long way to go. So even though Bartman has had to make a pit stop, I think we're going to see Bartman coming past fairly soon. Mulrine's about to come past him. Let's hope he spots that he's going slow. He has done. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now last week Kev lost a rear wheel, and when you lose a rear one, you're not moving anywhere. You lose a front one, you can still get it back to the pits, but you're going to be doing it very, very slow. Now we need to hope that Bartman is going to spot that Kev is going slow. He's got a bit of a straight to go down before he catches him up. Kev is somewhere down this straight in the braking zone of the corner, which Bartman is going to be approaching at full speed. A little bit of a blind crest over the hill, so hopefully he'll be able to get past Kev without any issues. He'll be able to see Kev now. We can hear him. Oh, there he is. Oh, he nearly lost it. And that's what I was like. I thought it might get close, and it did get close. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't think Kev's going to be winning this one. No! Dave the Harp. Dave the Harp's in the pits. Sorry, Dave the Harp is in the pits. And Neo has lost the wheel, so Neo and Kev are going to be having their own little race. But Dave the Harp, after 6 laps, is in the pits, and this looks like a long fuel stop, possibly tyres as well. So Dave's now down to second. Grable, he's just been driving along, and all of a sudden he's down into first. Sorry, say again, Ray?
Kev lost at the first corner, his wheels at the first corner.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He's lost. I suppose it's an easy one to lose it at, but he's not going to be happy that he has lost it there. So him and Neo Tig are on 5th and 6th place at the moment, attempting slowest lap of the race. Bartman's got himself up to 4th place, even though he's had to make a pit stop for damage. Mulrine's now in the pits as well, and he's on his way. Dave the Harp on his way as well. And I think, have they changed tyres? Let's have a look. I think Dave is still on the white mark tyre. He is. Bartman up to 3rd place. Mulrine just getting to the pit exit now, and he is on the white mark tyre as well. Well, we said we needed something to spice up the race. Oh, and Kev's nearly collected. I think it was Grable. He's just keeping it out the way. He's still got a long way to go. Let's see whereabouts on the map he is. Oh my goodness me. He has got so far to go to get to the pits. So far to go. I feel for you. I do, Kev. I feel for you. But Neo Tig is on his way into the pits now. But Kev hasn't even got to the end of Sector 2. Oh dear, and there's a car catching him up. I'm not sure who it'll be. I think it might be... Oh, Bartman's had an off. I think it's Dave the Harp catching Kev. It is. So Dave the Harp laps Kev. Grable has lapped him as well. Bartman has had an off. Okay, Grable is in the pits, and so is another car. Or is that... that's Neo Tig, yep. Well. So... I think Neo may still get out ahead of Kev. You know, he's going to get out before Kev even enters the pit lane. And Grable exiting the pits. So where is Dave the Harp? Coming down the start-finish, and he takes the lead. So 7 laps in, and everything's happened. Kev will be gutted. He will be absolutely gutted. But I know Duofin said that he may not be able to make the next couple of races, but he also said Kev's going to run away with it. He's not. Because it only takes one error, and that's it. Your wheel's gone. And if your wheel's gone, you're on for a horribly slow lap. And Kev's still going. He's not got to the pit lane yet. I think he's headed up to the final corner now. Oh dear. I wonder what lap time this will be for Kev. I think it's been so slow it's not even dared show the sector times. Okay, he's there. He's at the pit entry. Well done, Kev. Well done. He may be a couple of laps down now, but he has got to the pits. Okay, so Dave the Harp leading the race. Grable, he wasn't that far behind. Both of them have made a stop, not for damage, be for fuel or for tyres. But if the tyres go off after, say, 6 laps, then it looks like they'll be pitting again.
No, it's just happened. Kev went faster in the pits than he has throughout that whole lap. It sped up in the pits for him.
It sped up in the pit lane. Oh, that'll really cheer him up. The fastest part of the lap is when the computer takes over in the pits. I tell you what.
And he was on the yellow mark tyres.
Oh, interesting.
Back on him.
Now, I think we've got Neo Tig sat on track behind 3rd place. And Kev is in the pits. He looks like he is now onto the yellow mark tyre. And I think your car, Ray... Oh, I thought it was going to block his pit exit. But yeah, I think Neo Tig is in 5th place. Obviously, he's a lap down, or even 2 laps down because of the damage. But he is right behind 2nd place of Grable. So he's got a bit of a pace car to try and match at the moment. But Dave the Harp he seems to be pulling away on the white mark tyre. I wonder if he sat there sort of saying to Kev, I'm going to win again, I'm going to win again.
Catch me if you can.
Well, actually, you'd want to be very, very careful doing that, because the chances are you're going to lose a wheel yourself. But I think Grable, though, I mean, he's gonna be absolutely chuffed at the minute, sitting in second place. Third place is quite far behind, because Bartman's had to pit for repairs. Neo's had to pit for repairs. Kev 187's had to pit for repairs. Bartman's having a moment. My Bad's retired through losing a rear wheel. Richie Davey was involved in a crash off the start line. So for someone like Grable, it's like, oh, just drive around the track and he's in second place. I think
okay, that's overtaken. I think it's
Bartman that's ahead of him. Oh, Bartman's had a moment, and Kev's. Oh, I think they may have just had a little bit of contact there. But I mean, this situation. He said, "Will Kev go for it?" He hasn't really got a choice. He needs to. He's faster, so really he just needs to get past, pull away, and see what he can do. That is his only option, really.
Closing up again on the Bartman down to the final corner, I think it is.
Yes, it is. And Bartman's wide. Oh, Kev's hit him. Oh, that's a front wheel gone again. But at least this time, I was going to say, at least this time, the pit entry is right next to him. As he gets lapped again, he might not be too happy about that one. I've just been given a message. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. What on earth? Right, okay, I'm going to stop my broadcast and start it up again then. Running now. I don't know why it's given me that message there. So I checked the internet before, nothing else is on, so maybe that is why the quality was a little low there. It shouldn't really be struggling, not with the level of internet I've got, but anyway. So, quick recap. Dave the Harp out in the lead in first place, Grable in second place, Bartman in third place, who had Kev hit the back of him, lose a rear front wheel right next to the pit entry. Mulrine's up to fourth place, Neotig is up to fifth place, and Kev 187 down in sixth place. He's got to be a good 2 or 3 laps down now. The leader, Dave the Harp, is on lap 12. Kev 187 is on lap 9. That's going to hurt. See, now, Kev could potentially be quick enough to perhaps get one of the laps back, but is he going to be quick enough to do anything other than that? I'm not so sure. He'll keep trying, though. He'll keep going, but we need someone to catch someone up. But everyone is so spread out at the moment. I mean, Barman riding on board with here. The car ahead of him is absolutely miles away, and the car ahead of Grable, I suppose that's the closest battle, Dave the Harp and Grable at the moment. So I'll have to hope that Grable can catch Dave the Harp up, or that Dave the Harp has a problem, because that makes things very, very interesting. Now, Bartman's off. He's off. He's managed to avoid the wall. I was just about to say, should we have a look through at what tyres, like another recap of what tyres people are on? Bartman, I think he's got more suspension damage. I could be wrong. His car does look like it's twitching. Okay, Dave the Harp is not sat in the pits. That is so frustrating. Dave the Harp looks like he is on the white mark tyre still. Obviously he hasn't done a second stop yet. Whether he will need to or not, we will find out, I'm sure. Grable, I think he's still on the white mark tyre. He is, as he heads into turn... Is that turn 1? I think that was turn 1 or turn 2. Turn 2 it was, okay. And Bartman into the final corner. It definitely looks like he's struggling with how the front end of his car. I wonder if what we're seeing there is what Kev was on about with what he was experiencing on the medium compound tyre, where all of a sudden it was just starting to weave all over the place. It'd be a little bit odd, but it's definitely looking twitchy for Bartman, and I think he is definitely on the white mark tyre. He is. So Mulrine coming down the start finish, he's on the white mark tyre as well. He's not that far behind Bartman really, but we really need something else to happen here just to close these guys up. Oh, Neo, he's off. He's on the yellow mark soft tyre, and on the long right-hander, he very nearly ended up going on a long left-hander.
Kev's on the yellow mark tyre as well.
That he is, as he heads up to the start-finish line, but Kev is a number of laps down, which he's not going to be overly happy about. He's definitely on the Ferretti slick softs, as we can see on the telemetry, which you would expect is the faster tyre, but we are told the medium is the faster tyre. Although I don't think they've actually tested it, it's just they've been told that the medium is the faster tyre. So we'll have to wait and see whether that turns out to be true when we talk to the guys after the race.
Bartman's rear end just seems... Is he on a... I think he's on a pad.
Bartman is on a pad, yes, he is. I tell you what, it's not surprising that Dave the Harp, Grable and Bartman are not really closing their gaps. I mean, Dave the Harp's best laps are 149.6, Grable's is a 150.3, Bartman's is a 150.6. There's then a bit of a jump to Mulrine. Neotig's got a best of a 150.0, and Kev's got the fastest by over 2.5 seconds with a 147.1, but is obviously... He's just set, yeah, he has. He's just set that, but obviously he's 3 laps down. So 2 seconds a lap faster, yes, but he would need about 480 laps to get that back. Either that, or he needs someone.
Pits again. Bartman on the pits, white tyre.
Yep, so Bartman's gone for a change of tyre then. I'm just going to have a quick look at what this may do to the standings, you know. Right, okay. So, if Dave the Harp wins, he'll get 25 points. That's going to put him top of the standings. If Grable finishes second... Oh, he's in the pits, is he? Oh, Dave the Harp is in the pits, yep. Is Grable going to follow him in? No, Grable's going to go and take the lead. So see if Dave changes to the yellow mark tyre. But yeah, if Dave wins this, he'll go top of the standings. If Grable finishes second, he'll join him in second place. Kev's going to drop down possibly 4 places by the end of this race. So be interested to see how he copes with that one. But having said that, the next race, the next track, next week, Donnington Park GP circuit.
That's a nice track.
It is a nice track, but it's also a track where it is very, very easy to spin the car and end up in a barrier. But I think a few of these drivers are going to be getting a bit more practice in for Donnington Park next week. It is a fantastic racetrack. One you can really have a race around. So yeah, but if Dave the Arp goes and wins this race, I think he'll be topping both the Friday League and the Sunday League, and he'll be telling everyone he's quicker than Kev again.
I'll make it my practice in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You need to beat him on Sunday, Ray. You really need to beat him. Put him in his place. Ask him why he's called Dave the Harp and not like Dave the Guitar, because surely harps are like from the 1900s or even the 1800s or something like that. I mean, could you imagine Dave actually sat there playing a harp? I couldn't.
There's is in Denmark. Where was it?
Say again?
Oh, he's English, aren't you?
Yeah, Dave's English. What do you think he was from? Denmark? No, Dave's English.
No, it's because I got him, see, because he talks the same as Devil's Armpit. The stoner talk, that's where the heart might be. Relaxed, stone.
Could be. Well, Devil's Armpit is English, but I know for quite some time he was living in Holland, I think. Okay, so let's see if we can have a look at the gap between Grable and Dave the Harp then. So Grable just coming through the end of Sector 1 at the moment, and Dave the Harp just coming round turn 2. The gap between second and third is absolutely enormous, but Mulrine is up to third place. Bartman down in fourth. Not overly that far behind third place on the grand scheme of things. Neo is all on his own at the moment, heading towards the last corner of Sector 1. And where is Kev? So Kev is catching someone up again, but it won't be for position. It would only be to unlap himself. It's Mulrine. Well, he's tried unlapping himself on Bartman and it didn't go so well, so do you reckon he'll take it a little more cautiously if he catches up Mulrine, which I think he will do?
Yeah, I think he'll wait for a straight instead of a corner.
Quite possibly.
He's out the corner, so he just had that on the power quicker.
Oh, he's passed him already. I think Mulrine may have just let him go there.
Oh, Bartman's at the moment. He's still going in the right way, but he locked up his wheels and he's drifting round the corner. Do you think, Gable's in the pits? I'm just about that. Do you think he'd pit? Is any pits not going to let Dave the Harp do it?
I do think Grable would pit again, and he has, and Dave the Harp has taken the lead back. Grable still on the white mark tyre by the looks of it. Is he going to keep second place? Yeah, he's going to keep second place quite comfortably, because it's Mulrine that's in third place. And he's absolutely a mile away. So yeah, Grable will keep second quite comfortably. So Dave the Harp then back into the lead.
I'm just watching Bartman. He's struggling a bit. Do you think his pit stop changed the tyres, or what?
I think he may have changed the tyres. He looked like he was struggling from very early on. So I wonder whether perhaps he's just not overly happy with setup, perhaps this track. It could be a number of factors, really. I mean, he definitely seems to have been struggling. But then, having said that, he did get suspension damage earlier on. He could still be suffering a little bit of a side effect of that. It really is frustrating when it keeps jumping to us in the pit lane, but there we go. Okay, so I don't think Grable's going to be able to catch Dave the Harp unless Dave has some kind of major issue with only 5 laps remaining. Do you reckon he'll have any problems, Ray? Can we commentators curse him in any way? Oh, there we... it sounded like he was going then.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he gets his win. It's a shame that Kev wasn't there to battle with him.
You're right there. I mean, I do think that he would have... I mean, Kev's quick enough that if he gets ahead of Dave the Harp, he can pretty much just run away with it. But obviously, if he has a problem...
Sorry, he takes a lot of that first corner curve, doesn't he? Every lap I've seen him, he just takes more and more.
Dave the Harp does, yeah. If it's Dave you're on about, he does like taking quite a bit of curb. Tell you what, Kev is pushing. He's managed to get his lap time down to a 1:46.5. So he is trying to push hard, but I don't think he's going to be catching anybody up in this race now. Neotig Jr. in 5th place. It's a shame both of those damaged their wheels. Oh! I thought he was going again. He very, very nearly lost it there. Oh, Grayball's off. He's managed to keep going. He's pretty much had to come to a stop, though, on top of a curb. Sorry, you was about to say something then.
It's mostly the red and yellow curbs that seem to cause the havoc.
Maybe the red and yellow ones are the slightly larger of the curbs. Okay, see how Dave the Harp's doing. I think he's heading up to the final corner. Excuse me. Yes, he is. So for Dave, when he crosses the line, he's only going to have 3 laps remaining. He may not be the fastest car on the track at the moment, but he is the one that is leading the race. So barring any disaster, he is going to take victory. And this is the curb that Ray says he keeps using, and he does on the exit of turn 1. He's been all over that curb, and he's even been into the barrier once. Got away with no damage. So yeah, done very, very well so far. And Grayball, I mean, he's not that far behind, but he's just not close enough to really do anything about it. But I mean, looking at the points again, if Dave the Harp takes 25 points here, that puts him on 63. If Grayball takes second, that puts him on 60. And if Kev takes 6th, that puts him on 51. So Kev would be, 12 points off Dave the Harp. Now, who would have...
catching Mulvine.
I tell you what, you're right. He is. He is catching Mulvine. We're going to have a battle. Or are we?
Well, Mulvine took the cones away the last corner.
Our barman can see a car ahead. Whether he knows it's one that's to overtake for position is yet to be known, but he is catching very, very quick. I tell you what, Mulvine's car is slow in a straight line. That's what's hurting him around this particular track. He's had a bit of a wiggle on the exit, and there you go, Bartman's through. I told you, Mulvine's car seems to be slow in a straight line. So Bartman then sneaks through to 3rd place, dumping Mulvine down to 4th.
Try to keep the slipstream.
Now if he's able to do that, it will help him in the straight line.
It's not really, it's staying the same distance, so although it's giving them help, it's not giving them that extra speed.
True. I wonder if Mulvine realises that that these cars do have curves. Perhaps so Mulvine goes back through. Well, we've waited 18 laps, but now we've got some more action. So Mulvine back into 3rd place, but he'll have the better handling car around this right-hander. There's Bartman, he's going off. Oh, it is slow. I think he's got a power boost penalty there, so we're not going to have any more action. He's going to have to try and catch that gap back up with the limited time that's left.
Junior tags and Neotag Juniors on the pits, he's just came out again.
Okay, so he's heading down, and he's still ahead of Kev, but obviously Kev did have to pit again for a front wheel. Oh, Mulvine's off! He's off! He's just gifted Bartman 3rd place. And you're right, so's Neotig, the cold tyres. Oh dear, oh dear. Is Kev close enough to actually catch Neotig? No, Kev's just gone to the start-finish straight now. Neotig's around turn 1, and they're probably on different laps as well. They are. Okay, let's go and find Dave the Harp, because... Oh no, he's got 2 laps to go. Well, I say 2 laps to go. He's come around the last corner, and then he's going to have the 1 lap to go. So 1 more lap of Road America for Dave the Harp to take victory. Grayball, 2nd place at the moment. Bartman in 3rd place. He'll be buzzing about that. Mulvine will be gutted. He was gifted the 3rd place back, and then has a moment. And here comes Kev 187 out of nowhere to unlap himself. And that's the difference in straight line speed that I was on about. Mulrine's car is slow in a straight line, which means it's pretty much set up for cornering rather than speed. So a little bit of action on the final lap then, but Kev's still got about another 4 laps to do.
He's kept it going. Just off
You're right, he has managed to keep it going. Mulrine's not close enough to do anything about it, but Kev's closing up on him. So,
I hope he knows it's Kev is behind him.
hopefully. Dave the Harp's not got long to go now. About half a lap until he gets to the end of this race. It's been a long race, a difficult one for the drivers. And Kev can see Bartman. What's the chances he's going to lose a wheel trying to get past him again? Oh, Neo's off! Oh dear. Not gone well for Neo then. Whereabouts is David Harp? Still got a few corners to go, so we'll see if Bartman seems to be going very slow. Oh, he's just letting Kev go by. Okay, so Dave the Harp then. I think we've missed him cross the line, but Dave the Harp has now finished the race, I believe. No, it says session laps remaining, still 1. Oh, here we go. He's heading up to the final corner now. Well, it's been a brilliant drive by him. He's had one moment off the track into the barrier, no damage, and for the rest of the race, it's been all the way to the end, and it's victory again for Dave the Harp in Road America. Fantastic for him. He's going to be absolutely buzzing. Grable second place. Bartman is going to be 3rd place. Mulrine, it'll be 4th place. Neotig Jr. in 5th place. And Kev 187 down in 6th. Oh dear, with a few DNFs, a few retirements, a few drivers didn't make it to the event. Well, I think the big surprise there is Kev 187 finishing in 6th place.
Batman's went off. Is he crossed the line yet?
I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a look at the timing screen. I don't think he has. Yes, he has. He must have done. He wasn't a lap down, so yes, he must have done. But Kev 187 still got 2 laps to do. Now, we could make him do the 2 laps, or I think pretty much he's classified now anyway. Oh, Bartman, it says he's down to 4th place. Oh no, sorry, that's Neo Tig being a lap down and continuing on around the track. Well, how do you think Dave the Harp's going to be feeling about that one then, Ray?
He'll be ecstatic. I'm the king of project cars.
He will be absolutely over the moon about that. I think it's 3 Project Cars wins in a row for him now, with the last Friday, last Sunday, this Friday. Can he make it 4 in a row when the Ginetta Juniors...
Who's just crossed the line there?
As Neo Tig is unlapping himself, isn't he? And it'll sort itself out at the end. But Bartman is in 3rd place. Dave the Harp now into the pits, and Grable will be following him shortly. It was an interesting race there. I mean, okay, we haven't ended up with a full grid of drivers, but it was an interesting race. I mean, the guys, it looks like they are getting on top of their pit strategies. Can't say I saw anyone doing a double pit stops, either that or they just sort of lasted it out on worn tyres. But one of the things that's still catching the drivers out is ending up in the barrier, losing a wheel. And obviously that's something that they need to try and make sure they do not do.
Yeah. Especially careful.
Yeah. Well, rear wheel last week, front wheel twice this week? I mean, the second one, that was just unfortunate. He exited the corner much faster than Bartman, as Bartman had a wiggle, and thankfully that was right next to the pit lane. But the previous one, that must have been so painful for him. I mean, his lap time must have been somewhere in the 6 or 7 minutes, because to end up 3 laps down, you are looking at nearly 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's went in the pits, gave up.
Well, it'll be classified anyway because the leader crossed the line and the drivers did after that. But I mean, it'd be interesting perhaps when we have a chat with the drivers afterwards to see how they felt it went. But hopefully next week for the 35 laps of the Donnington Park Grand Prix circuit, we will have a few more drivers on track. We will have a few more cars with four wheels on the track, and hopefully somebody can knock Dave the Harp off his current race-winning perch. He's going to start asking to do podium interviews at this rate for project cars. So I reckon we say no. If he wants a podium interview, he'll have to do better in F1. But he'll be able to turn around now to his F1 teammate as well. And he probably actually does turn around and say, I can win in project cars, I just can't do it in F1. Anyway. Well,
it's a whole different feeling in the F1 game to this.
It is. It's a whole different ball game. Plus, I'm not racing. Anyway.
You're not get your heap in your bedroom overnight.
No comment. Right. So, what's up next then for Front Row Racing? Well, tomorrow, day off for us. And then on Sunday, we've got the PCS, Project Cars Sunday League, which will be online from about 8:30 p.m. For the Ginetta Juniors, around Hockenheim, be 15 minutes qualifying, a 5-minute warm-up, and then 18 laps of the Hockenheim GP circuit. And you reckon you're going to get pole and win that one, Ray?
I don't think so.
Oh, not confident about that one then?
Struggling on my braking into the hairpin.
Oh, yeah, it is a tricky one, that. It is a tricky one. But anyway, that'll be all from ourselves this evening. Apologies if the live stream wasn't of its best quality. Not a lot I can do about that one. So yeah, that'll bring us to the end. So thank you very much, Ray, for joining me in the commentary booth. He's been Front Row Racing RI. Thank you. And I've been Front Row Racing DP, and we'll see you all again on Sunday.